Rovanpera. PK got that interview in the media zone moments ago.
Kalle, wonderful. Back straight away. Talk us through the morning. It's been another good one for you.
Yeah, it has been a good morning. Definitely, two new stages are interesting. Enjoyed them quite a lot. Yeah, a bit unlucky with the tire. No real place or reason why it went. So yeah, we just need some bit more luck on the afternoon not to have any issues, and hopefully also the weather is a bit on our side, that we don't always get the biggest rain. That makes a big difference because the showers are so heavy.
Now, I wanted to ask you about the tyre, because it did seem to be a little chunk out of the tyre rim, but you didn't feel anything. You didn't feel you hit anything in there, no?
No, not really. I don't know if that came after when we drove with the flat tyre or before. I don't know, but yeah, there was no place or reason why it went, so I don't know.
In terms of the position you're in, obviously further back, I mean, how affected have you been with the rain? I mean, again, like yesterday, it's so localised at times, these showers that come through, isn't it?
I think it was not so bad this morning. There was many times it started to rain a bit more for the guys behind, but at least it's a bit closer to the guys starting in front. Let's hope afternoon is the same, at least that we don't get any heavy showers, because it can make a big difference.
It's been a wonderful step forward from the issues you had in Estonia. I mean, how much are you enjoying like the balance you found with this car, and obviously don't really need to change anything going forwards for the afternoon, right?
Yeah, enjoying quite a lot. It's obviously always important and good to be fast at home. So yeah, it's a nice feeling. Obviously, I haven't been so comfortable in the car. We are just pushing quite hard. I can tell you I'm not really so smooth always, but yeah, we need to find something on the afternoon. Today is a bit more soft. So yeah, I'm expecting it to be a bit tricky afternoon, but if we can find something better on the car, I think we can manage.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, the crowd's definitely enjoying the arrival of the man that is leading Rally Finland at the moment, Kalle Rovanpera. Talking about the conditions of the stage this afternoon, I've asked that question so many times, just trying to sort of deem any information, and everyone's saying we've got to wait and see, basically. We really don't know what the weather's going to be doing because it's so localised.
Yeah, exactly, and I think you've got to be prepared to be able to set the car up. You've got to find a nice balance between running it in the dry and preparing for the wet to come. The good thing is, whatever happens, you're going to be going out on the soft compound tyre, so that answers that question, doesn't it? And there are things that the drivers can do out on the stage if the rain does come to soften it up. They can play with roll bars, they can obviously play with damper clicks and everything else, and ride height and so on and so forth, just to try and soften it and move the weight around and that kind of stuff for the wet conditions. But interesting there what Kalle was saying about he didn't feel where he picked up that puncture, but there was a clear chunk out of the rim, wasn't there, where he'd hit something.
Yep.
It was just indicative of him going through a corner, the back of the car stepping out and just collecting something. Pretty unfortunate, really, and I think it's quite impressive that he only dropped 2.7 seconds in that stage, Kiri, with considering that was a completely deflated tyre.
Well, Stephen Cho, when we were talking to him at Hancock, was talking about the fact that they expected that stage to be the one, if any, were going to cause a problem. That was it, so they were right about that. Yeah,
it was, that stage in particular is probably the most technical stage of the entire rally, really, or at least the final 4 or 5 kilometres of it. It starts out very fast and flowing. In the final 4 or 5 Ks, it's quite twisty, technical. There's lots of heavy braking zones and lots of opportunity to move the back of the car around. When you're on the fast stuff, you're trying to carry as much speed as possible. You don't want the car sliding. But through the tighter, twisty stuff, it's a bit more traditional, isn't it? And the car's moving around a bit more. You're using and leaning on the tyre more. And as a result, quite rightly, Hancock have earmarked that. And I think it really is the last sort of 4 or 5 Ks of that stage. Have earmarked that as the one that's most likely to cause an issue for the tyres.
Yeah, and so it did. All right, well, we'll see that rerun this afternoon. But we have now got a mix of myself and PK talking to Elvin Evans, Sebastien Ogier and Taka Katsuta. Well, Elvin, we're off the back of the morning loop. How did you feel out there? What can you do this afternoon to make up a position or two?
Yeah, it's been a pretty decent morning for us, I would say. Overall, good feeling in the car. Maybe just the pilot stage, which is one I normally quite enjoy. It just seemed to not really be able to deliver the pace you expect. It didn't seem so bad in the stage. The guys behind seem to be getting much faster with every car almost. So yeah, not sure what was going on there, but otherwise it's been okay.
Must be a nice experience to not being opening the road. How tactical are you thinking at the moment? You obviously know what's happened with Ogier by now. Your championship charge sort of takes a new form. Are you looking at now just staying steady today, collecting the points, and then looking at Super Sunday? Are you thinking about that, or are you just thinking about now getting through without mistakes?
No, not at all. I'm doing everything I can to try and climb up the leaderboard as much as I can. I mean, obviously, the leading positions are looking tough, but of course we'll keep giving everything we've got until the end.
Well, as you know, anything can happen in Finland, so I guess it's a wait and see. But in terms of stage conditions, what are you expecting? We're seeing a lot of rain, but what are you feeling they'll be like this afternoon?
We really have to wait and see. It's a bit of a lottery out there, it seems, at the moment. A lot of showers, so it's a bit by chance if they hit the stages or not. And I think they've had some already since we were there. So yeah, hard to say what the conditions will be like, but we'll find out soon enough, I guess.
All right, Seb, we're just off the morning loop. You've taken a place back from Sami now. So talk to me about the morning. What can you do from this point to this afternoon to maybe get another position?
I think we didn't do a fantastic job this morning to try to be in position to get more place. So I think, yeah, at the moment I'm still lacking a bit of performance, and I'm not really unhappy with the car. I think the car is okay to drive, but somehow I'm lacking a little bit of commitment of really pushing a bit more the limit, coming a little bit more out of my comfort zone, and yeah, it's straight away costing some time here on this extremely fast road.
Do you think that is a mental thing, or is there something? Because I know what you're like. You start thinking about everything, and you always find a plan somewhere to fix something. So do you think this time can allow you to do that?
I think, you know, growing older always make you a little bit more, let's say, cautious somehow. And yeah, wise sometimes, but sometimes in here you need somehow to go all out sometimes. And now, yeah, I'm struggling a little bit to do that. The good news is now, from now on, we don't have any new stages anymore to go, and all the base notes are, let's say, validated, so I can hopefully be a bit more on the limit by being comfortable where I like to be this afternoon. But let's see what the weather does. It will still be challenging, probably. So, yeah, I mean, of course, also lacking the high-speed experience of Estonia is a little bit difficult, and didn't start with, like I say, I don't complain about the car, but still it's not perfect, and of course missing a little bit of mileage from the high-speed section. But I can only blame myself. It was my decision to don't join in Estonia.
All right, well, I'm sure you'll find something this afternoon. Just talk to me quickly about the gravity of tomorrow, this Rovanpera double run of it. Rally Finland in itself has this enormous sort of aura around it. Then tomorrow is going to be a very special day.
Yeah, I think the organizer did a perfect job to let Rovanpera as a Super Sunday and Power stage. It's definitely the best stage in the rally, maybe in the season, so for sure the one we're going to collect the point tomorrow will be well deserved, and that's what we like to see.
Thank you so much.
Taka, well done. Talk us through your morning. It was a fascinating one to watch. You seemed to really find something in the middle there, and then it almost went too aggressive. Just talk us through the situation you found yourself in.
Yeah, obviously first one we lost a lot of time. I expected a bit more rain, I mean more wet or slippery condition, and actually it wasn't so bad. Actually really good condition, so didn't work well. I was really struggling with the car. After that we just changed a few things on the car between the stages, and it got better. And then still missing a bit of the step, so I went go for it on the Pyara, then it worked quite well. Yeah, still a few things are missing compared to Thierry and Adrian, but yeah, we need to find something extra, but the condition is going to be tricky anyway, so I think I'm hoping like this kind of weather going to every stage like this.
It's interesting to hear you say in the stage afterwards that you had almost gone too aggressive. I mean, how difficult is it to find that balance between sort of, you know, driving with aggression and then going too far the other way?
Yeah, that's the thing. This kind of stage, if you know the load, if you know the stage, you can be as smooth as possible because you know everything. But this kind of new stage, it's not so easy to commit it like that smoothest and also carry the speed. One mistake can cost a lot, and you know, big risk as well. So that hand, I was a little bit too aggressive or too safety side, but yeah, I think afternoon loop anyway sounds like some stage can hit the lane, so I'm looking for that.
It's pouring with rain now. Well, we see sometimes, don't we, when it gets a little bit damp, there's some nice grip, but I guess it gets to a point where what's it like out here when it gets really heavy?
Of course, depends on when. Like after fast pass, for sure, already lines there, and the water puddles can be there, so much more tricky. But this is what I'm hoping for.
Thank you. Good luck for the afternoon.
Thanks.
There we go. A lot of food for thought for each one of those drivers. Seb, again, just talking about the fact that he is feeling a bit wiser, you know, in his old age, but we'll see. I think he's got a bit more in store for us this afternoon. Taka went out all guns a-blazing today, so it'll be interesting to see if he's going to rein that back in.
Yeah, in the very first stage of the day, he talked a little bit about understeer, didn't he? And it was odd because of the first couple of splits, he was quicker than anybody else, and then he sort of dropped off the pace. I wonder if the tyre started to go off a little bit, perhaps. But whatever it was, they dialed that back out because he was fired up for the final two stages of the loop. Unfortunately, on the final stage, you could clearly see he was overdriving the car. He was just a bit too aggressive with it. It's such a fine line between carrying speed and then overstepping the mark, and then the car starting to move around and slide around underneath you. And that's when you start to scrub off speed. And that was kind of Takamoto Katsuta's foe on the final stage. But yeah, you're right. He was fired up. He's keen, and let's see what he can do this afternoon.
Now we move to Hyundai. Our eyes are with Hyundai and this battle. There is 0.3 seconds separating Thierry and Adrian Formeau there. The battle is going to be fierce this afternoon. I think they'll let them fight for a bit longer. I don't think there's any reason to stop this battle right now.
No, and to be honest with you, Kiri, this is the sort of rally where you don't want to interrupt a driver's rhythm, you know, because it's so fast. You've got no choice other than to get into a rhythm and drive the car quickly. If you don't, then you'll very quickly drop time to everybody else around you as well. So I think Hyundai have got to press on in the same way that Toyota have got to tell Kalle Rovanpera that he's just got to keep doing what he's doing, and that is fairly balls to the wall, flat out, isn't it, really? So, yeah, I hope to see the battle rage on. Just 0.3 of a second between them. Adrian Formeau did a brilliant job this morning.
I think this point for nerves for the team must be the worst at any part of the rally, because this is the positions that you ideally, if you can, want to finish up in. If you know, you can see the gap between Kalle and Thierry now. I'm not sure that, you know, they're going to say push on or whatever. This is the places where you're comfortable at. But then you go out this afternoon and anything could change. It must be so difficult to issue some wise words of wisdom.
Yeah, and you're right in the Thierry Neuville versus Kalle Rovanpera on pace alone. That's a massive ask. It's not really doable, I don't think. 15 seconds, assuming Kalle doesn't make a mistake or have a mechanical of some sort. So on pace alone, it's a big ask on a rally like this. But you know, for Hyundai, just 0.3 of a second between the pair of them, and we know how hungry Adrian is as well. He's in a good state of mind, as is Thierry Neuville. Thierry, though, remember, it was only one bogey stage for him. That was on the final one, where he had that issue with the brakes. Couldn't get the car stopped, and whether it was just a case of bleeding the brake system or whatever, but that was what caused the issue. So the performance is in the car. Yes, it's closed the gap right up, but I think probably Thierry's got maybe the edge pace-wise to start to rebuild that gap this afternoon.
We'll see, but how are they feeling? Let's hear from them both now.
It continues, obviously a bit of a brake issue for Thierry, but still your pace, your own. You must be really happy with it out there.
Yeah, I'm really pleased with my pace this morning. First pass on the first time in the stage one and in the fourth one of the loop. So I'm really pleased with the consistency of my pace. I feel that I can do a little bit more, but actually it's always playing with the margin of securing a good result also for the team, or playing also a little bit more. But Kalle seems to be really in a good shape today on this event. He is a local hero anyway, but we are still quite close. So if something happens, we are there anyway. And the fight with Thierry is quite nice, but it's an internal fight. So actually, it's good that we are together, but we don't really want to beat one on the other. So actually, it's positive. The main thing is for the team to get the two cars on the podium, and so it's good to have increased the gap with Taka. Sorry.
We knew that the weather was going to be damp out there this morning. But how much have you had to adapt, say, the driving style and the setup, and how much are you having to adapt during the stage? Because these rain showers come sweeping through, don't they?
Well, actually, the grip was quite good globally. Only the cuts on the grass was quite muddy, but the rest on the hard surface, the grip was, I would say, even higher than sometime on the dry with a lot of loose. But just the issue is normally the second pass when we start to have some rods. So then there is standing waters, and then it creates quite a mess, I would say. So actually, let's see this afternoon, because now with this rain, think it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, we just spoke to Thierry. Of course, you're close within a second of him now. I mean, he is technically still in this Drivers' Championship fight. He said he's not managed to have a quick word with you during the stages. Does it get to a point where, as you say, it's an internal team battle? It's a difficult balance, isn't it?
Yeah, but actually it's still too early in the rally. But we just need to get the 2 cars on the podium for tonight to have a good road position for tomorrow. So actually we are still not on Sunday evening.
Thierry, it's been a fascinating fight out there. You're sort of finding the tinkering with the setup as you go, and then that frustrating brake issue. Talk us through the morning.
Yeah, obviously battling hard for every tenth, every second. Generally good flow, good feeling. We needed some small adjustment, but we never really got it 100% right. Nevertheless, felt comfortable enough to give it a push. Unfortunately, last stage after 6Ks, I lost the rear brakes, so I was in trouble throughout the stage. And obviously, at that speed with no real brakes, you lose all the confidence. So I had to back off a bit, and obviously losing valuable seconds.
Talk us through that balance issue you're having. It seems to be a sort of seesaw battle with yourself, trying to find the balance between the front and the back of the car. Talk us through that in a bit of detail.
It's hard to go into the details. It's just not right. That's why we try to adjust it. And yeah, conditions are changing all the time as well, so we adapt constantly as well to the conditions. And that's it.
But you need to have a word with your teammate Forma. I mean, he's not really in that championship fight, is he? But he's got it to within a second. But he seems quite fired up, Adrian, today.
Unfortunately, we didn't have much time to meet each other during the loop. But it's a nice battle. I'm enjoying it.
Okay. And what are your thoughts this afternoon if this weather continues to come in?
Yeah, hopefully we can have a trouble-free run keep continuing putting pressure on the other drivers. That's the only thing we can do, but also trying to keep it safe.
Well, Martin Yabayoy's small and large are watching this service at the moment. It's lovely to be able to have a little bit of downtime for them while they watch on as the service unfolds. Nothing particularly dramatic in these services, which is lovely.
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, they haven't jumped on Thierry or Adrian's car yet. Adrian looks like they'll be starting that shortly, but yeah, they've worked on Oitanak's car. It looks like they've changed the front rack, front right. Upright, I think, is going on the car as well, but the steering rack's been changed and they've taken the dampers off it, so they're having a little play around. It looks like they're changing slightly the settings of the diff there, perhaps, just adjusting the preload. But yeah, it's fairly standard stuff. There's no dramas, are there? And that's nice to see when you see a car come in that's all been been bent, and then everybody has to jump on it. It's all a little bit different.
Nice to see here in Finland as well. All right, while we're talking Oitanak, let's listen into that interview and we'll scoot ourselves over to M Sport. Oit, after the morning out there, what is the plan for the afternoon? I think it was one of the Stage M reporters that said you were sort of in the middle of the no man's land at the moment, but what's the plan for this afternoon? More of the same?
Yeah, there is obviously no plan really to drive through the day and yeah, get the mileage.
Okay, we strip away what's happened and today and focus on Super Sunday. That is where your eyes must be now. It's a big challenge ahead for Super Sunday. Are you ready to get all the points you can?
Yeah, at the moment it seems like there is no real rhythm to really attack the stages, but let's see where we are by tomorrow. So yeah, hopefully I can improve a bit. Okay,
while you mention the stages, what do you think the conditions will be this afternoon? We're obviously seeing a lot of rain falling. In terms of what you experienced this morning, what are you expecting from them this afternoon?
It's quite showery at the moment, so I guess yeah, difficult to predict where it's going to hit. But actually this morning has been not too bad, just a little rain, but no, very nice conditions.
Yeah, a difficult standpoint for Oitanak there. Not much sort of to win or lose at the moment where Oit sits, but we've moved ourselves to M Sport. We're coming to the end of our service show here. Just having a look around the guys here. What have you made of their performances this morning? Enjoyable to watch, at least how much they're enjoying the stages.
Yeah, exactly. I think Gregoire Munster struggled opening the road, hasn't he? There's no question about that. It's always difficult, particularly on in difficult conditions like this, when you're opening the road, judging where to get the car stopped, where to jump on the brakes. We saw that he was on and off the brakes into heavy braking zones, and yeah, again, when you've got no lines to follow and you don't know what the grip's doing underneath you, that was always going to be difficult for him. I think Martin Sesks has done a reasonable job. Just struggled a little bit with his rhythm, hasn't he, Kiri? He's not been there straight out of the box. And Josh McErlean's learned an awful lot following Oitanak's lines. No question about that. Learning where he can push, where he can use a little bit more of the road, where he can really lean on the car. I think that's the value that Josh has taken from from this morning. So, look, they're in their own inter-team battle. They're not battling with Hyundai and Toyota, unfortunately, at the moment, are they? It just hasn't panned out for them this weekend. And I don't think you can come to a rally like Finland with 3 young drivers like this and take it to those guys, those manufacturers, and all the experience they've got in the seat. So one thing they have done is learn a lot.
Yeah, exactly what you said about Martin just quickly. I spoke to him in the media zone. He said that he was trying to find the sort of middle point, the right point. But we're running out of time, so let's listen in to Josh McErlean in the media zone with myself. Josh, putting on your waterproofs, that's about fitting for now. Talk to me about your morning. What was it like out there? Obviously, you were enjoying the bumpy ride. It is certainly an experience, but what can you take away from this morning that you can put into the afternoon?
I think every time you drive one of these cars, especially on these types of roads, you learn something, because yesterday the profile was quite different. I would say today takes a bit more commitment with the type of crests and how long they can be, and knowing your distances after each corner or each crest into the next corner. So yeah, there's a lot to take away from the knowledge of the stages, but I think the main thing is how much speed you can actually still carry in these cars and properly use the aero.
Okay, in terms of tyre wear, we are sort of expecting that you might be reusing some of those soft tyres, so you've got fresh tyres for tomorrow. Is that the case for you?
Not so much I've thought about yet, but I think we can still have some news this evening.
Okay, and as we're talking about the rain, we're going to see the stages change this afternoon. In terms of setup, everything happy with this morning? What are you going to change in this service?
It's just knowing how much the stage will have standing water or how slippery it could be. So maybe we can go softer with the car to react to that there. But if it's going to be localized showers, there's not much point. So we'll see what the weatherman's saying.
It's very difficult to take a second away from the stages, but obviously you'll see all the cars, the vans, the camper vans lining the stages, even on those road sections. How fascinating is it just to see the fans out there?
Yeah, I don't know how half them get into the places that they're at, because they're lining almost all parts of the stage. So a lot of Irish flags as well, which is nice to see, and yeah, it's proper support.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think Molly Petzer-Eden sending us a few Irish flags along the way as well. Okay, well, that pretty much sums up everything that's happened in the media zone as we head into the afternoon loop. Let's get those times on the screen of when those stages are going to fall. Well, Chenny, you tell me a little bit about what we can expect from this afternoon.
Again, it's just the stages we've seen them already. They're definitely going to have evolved from this morning because it's been quite soft out there. But the one thing that we don't know and the drivers don't know, they've all been saying, is what's the weather going to do? That's going to be the key thing that's going to impact what happens this afternoon. If it rains, where will it rain? When will it rain? And of course, during who's going to be affected by it the most. So I think you go out from service with a safe setup that allows you to get a good compromise between dry conditions and wet conditions. Whatever happens, it's going to be damp, isn't it? So that's the very least you can expect. But it's just about trying to find a good compromise now. Thierry Neuville was talking about that in the balance of the car. Yeah, I think that's probably the key to this afternoon.
Well, whatever happens, whichever way the weather goes, the one thing for certain is it is going to be exciting. We are estimating that Kalle Rovanpera will hold on to that lead, maybe even increase it. But we did already see just one puncture can turn around 3 seconds in a heartbeat. Keep your eyes on Thierry Neuville and Adrian Formeau as they battle it out. Will they be switching and chasing places? We will find out. And can Elvin Evans just jump up a few more? Those are all the questions. Hopefully it'll be answered, and a few more. Chenny, ready to do this all again?
Absolutely, I'm buzzing. What a rally.
What a rally indeed. Well, you've got time to take a little break. We will be heading into those stages in a short while. We'll leave service now, but the action resumes in just a matter of minutes. So make sure you keep your eyes peeled for what is going to be an epic Saturday here in Finland. From us, it is goodbye for just a moment. We'll be back with the action on the other side of this.